Hey everyone, so today we are going to do a comparison between different brands and colors of either Crackle or Shatter overcoats. All the companies are coming out with these now, so you're going to see the market completely flooded with different brands of this. I know there's a lot of them out there right now, but there's going to be even more soon. I was reading about some companies that are going to be coming up with them. So I thought it would be interesting to compare them against each other and find out which ones appeal to me or us the most. And that way, if you look at all these swatches I did, then you can figure out which one you like the best and go for that one instead of having to buy all of them. Some of the ones I'm going to show you are available in the United States, and some of these I got in a swap with my friend June, so they're only available in Europe. But I'm going to go through them anyway because, I have subscribers all over the world, so I don't think that it's right to just limit what I'm showing to United States products because, you know, it's a big wide world and there's a lot of makeup and nail polish in it. So let's get started then. Before I begin, I just wanted to say that someone had asked me for advice about the application on these, and I really don't do anything special when I apply this. I apply it just like it's regular fingernail polish, and I've never had any problems. Every single brand that I've ever used worked to a certain extent. They all have a different end result, and I'm thinking that maybe that's what this person was talking about, was it didn't look like what they expected it to look like, but depending on what brand you buy, it's going to look different. So let me just show you what I have here. I had to use, well, I didn't have to, but I chose to use Wet n Wild Shine in black cream as a base for most of these, and some of them I used OPI It's Totally Worth It as a base, and the reason why I did that is because, like, see this first one here, this is OPI Black Shatter over OPI It's Totally Worth It. Now, if I had put that over the Wet n Wild Black Cream base, you can't put Black Shatter over a black polish or it's just not going to show up. And it was the same thing with this one here. But I did, try to keep it consistent with all of them. I tried to use the same amount with each one on my brush, apply it the same way, and try to make this like as fair as possible. I wasn't sure about this one here, whether it would show up on black or not, and my gut instinct was no, so I did it on the OPI It's Totally Worth It base, and my instincts were correct because here it is over the black and you can't see it at all. So anyways, this one here, number one, is OPI Black Shatter over OPI It's Totally Worth It. Number two is OPI Silver Shatter over the Wet n Wild Shine Black Cream. Number three is Isadora Graffiti Nail Top over OPI It's Totally Worth It. And this is one of the ones that June sent me in the swap, so you can only get this in Europe. And number four is 17 brand Extras Crackle Top Coat, and there is no color or number on the bottle, so it's just a champagne gold, and I put that over the Wet n Wild color. And that is 17 brand is a brand that is carried in Boots in the UK. Number five is Sally Hansen Crackle Overcoat in Fuchsia Shock, and that's over the Wet n Wild. Number six is Sally Hansen Crackle Overcoat in Vintage Violet over the Wet n Wild. Number seven is Funky Fingers White Scales over the Wet n Wild. Number eight is China Glaze Crackle in Cracked Concrete over Wet n Wild, and this is from the first China Glaze Crackle collection that came out. And then the last one is China Glaze Crackle in Latisse Lilac over Wet n Wild, and that is the metallic crackles that just came out by Wet n Wild. It's pretty much, I think you can find it everywhere now. So, in my opinion, the one that really crackled the widest and biggest seems to be a tie between the OPI Black Shatter, the Isadora Graffiti, and the Funky Fingers. Now, if you look at all these, you may have a preference for what it is that you're looking for the way that it looks like. I think that, you know, the whole idea behind this is to make it noticeable and not look like a mistake on your fingernails. So I would think that you would want it to crack and shatter and splatter a lot. And if that's the case, then you could go with an OPI color that is not metallic, the Funky Fingers from Five Below, and if you live in Europe, the Isadora one cracks a lot. The one that cracked the least seems to be the metallic ones, because if you look at, this is OPI Silver Shatter and this is OPI China Glaze Lattice Lilac, and these didn't crack as much, and I think it might be because they're metallic. So it's something about adding that to the formula, but I still think they're pretty though. There isn't one single one on here that I think actually looks bad. The Isadora one I don't really care for, but I think if I had put this over a different color and not chosen a white or beige or silver or whatever you want to call that color base, I just don't think it looks that hot over the base. I don't think it's that there's anything wrong with the actual crackle itself. I think it's just, you know, I didn't choose the right base. And there it is there over black, so you can't see it at all. But, so really, I mean, if this is the case and they all look pretty good, then in my opinion, I would just go for the least expensive one, which would be the Funky Fingers. I believe that cost $3, so I'm sure that's the cheapest one out of the bunch. But yeah, I think that, you know, these are a lot of fun, and they come in so many different colors now that it's worth it to get at least one just to have to play with, even if this is not something that you would want to actually go out in public wearing. Because it is pretty dramatic and out there, and I don't think anyone would take you seriously if you wore it like to work or something. But yeah, they're an awful lot of fun, and I would say you should at least pick up one, so don't spend a lot of money on them. For products today, I'm wearing, my shirt is Faded Glory from Walmart. My watch is Style & Company from Macy's. This bracelet is from Target. And, oh, this nail polish. This is Color Club. I always get my Mandarin, and this is one of those scented ones. And it has a really, really pleasant smell. And that's another fun thing, you know, is these scented nail polishes that are coming out. I think there's actually quite a few brands of these now, but this was my first experience with it. However, that being said, even though I do enjoy the scented part of it, see how you can see like the whites of my nails through that? This is 2 coats, and Color Club polish is fairly thick, so I was afraid that if I went 3 coats to try to make it more opaque, that it wouldn't dry. I probably could have gone with 3 coats and then put on sèche-vite to make it or force it to dry, but I really didn't want to do that because I change my polish every day, so the more layers that are on there, of course, the harder it is to get it off. But yeah, these scented ones are fun. Revlon makes some too, and I think some of those little stores at the mall, I don't remember if it was Claire's or one of those kind of stores has the scented ones. But yeah, it's fun to play with. This is probably the most unflattering color nail polish that I own. It does absolutely nothing for me because of my skin tone and everything, but it's summertime, right? So what the heck, just have fun with it. For makeup today, I finished my Maybelline Dream Smooth Mousse, so that's it. There is nothing left in there. I can't believe I finished another one off. I'm trying diligently to get through some of the foundations that I have and actually use them and not keep jumping from one to the next and oh, the latest greatest thing, because most recently people on YouTube have been talking about BB creams and they've been talking about the Chanel Vita Lumiere Aqua, and yeah, I would love to run out and buy those too, but I really want to use up some of these foundations and I'm doing a pretty good job of it so far. I've used up, I think, 3 in the last month, which is excellent because none of them really had that much left in them. So why not? And then by the time I actually use up some of these different ones, something else is going to be, being talked about on YouTube, so I can skip right over the 2 things that are popular right now. I'm also wearing Essence Forget It Concealer Palette, Ico Cream Highlighter. I have on Essence Mineral Compact Powder in the color Perfect Beige. My blush today is NARS Orgasm. My eyeshadow primer is Urban Decay Primer Potion. I used my Maybelline Expert Wear eyeshadow palette in Natural Smokes, and I used, just like you would expect to, I used the light one as the highlight. The medium brown color is on my lid and the dark one is in the outer corner, and then this big giant one at the bottom I used as liner, which I really like that as a liner. My mascara today is YSL Singulier, and I don't like this. I would definitely not recommend this. I know a lot of people like the Faux Cil, which I have never used, but thumbs down on the Singulier, would not repurchase that. And I just realized that my lip product came off when I had lunch. Oops, so I'm not wearing any lip product right now. So there's no, but I will say that I did have on Bare Minerals lip gloss earlier in Cupcake, and not wild about this. I think these are definitely not worth the money. I don't care for the formula. The color's okay, I guess. So that's it for today, you guys. If you have any questions about these Crackle or Shatter overcoats that I didn't cover in the video, feel free to ask. I'm sure that there is something that I must have left out that I'm just not thinking about, but yeah, so if you have questions, fire away, and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. Bye-bye.